So, doctor, I want to ask about laser hair treatment and how much time it will take, and is it painful or not?
Okay.
Like my skin type is dry, so can I
Yeah.
go for it or not?
Oh.
So, can you please tell me about
Sure.
it?
Before I start explaining about laser hair reduction, understand one thing, it's a reduction. It's a permanent laser hair reduction. It is not removal. Earlier people used to call it removal, but hair do come back and there is only a reduction in the hair happens. Laser hair reduction is a procedure that is very commonly being done nowadays to get rid of unwanted hair growth anywhere on the body. It can be face, arms, chin areas, underarms, legs, and all. And it's one of the beautiful procedures to be done for ingrown hair as well. More on the laser hair reduction part, it works on your hair follicles. So the machine that we have, it damages your hair follicles. When the hair follicle is damaging, it reduces the capacity of your hair follicle to generate more hair. It works very well on the thick, dark, coarse hair. The results are excellent in that case. So before we finalize anyone for the laser hair reduction, we really need to know the skin type and the hair type of individual. As we've already mentioned, your skin is a little bit on the drier side of it. So definitely we can do the laser hair reduction in your skin also, but with a little bit more precautions and being a little more conscious about it. Your skin needs to be hydrated, your skin needs to be moisturized well before the procedures. And whenever you're coming for a session, there has to be no parallel activities, no topical applications of any kind on your skin before you come for your laser hair reduction. Secondly, if we talk about it being painful or not, the only sensation or the only feeling when you're getting a laser done is mild heat or slight warm sensation you'll feel. Sometimes those who have very thick or coarse hair, they might feel the sensation of warmness or the heat little more on the higher side. That is the only thing. That's absolutely painless procedure because the machine which we have is Soprano ICE. That tip itself has a little bit of cooling effect on the machine handpiece. So whenever the laser has been performed on your skin, you will feel the slight cooling effect due to the chill tip of the handpiece in the Soprano ICE. That's the reason it is called as painless procedure.
So, doctor, how many sessions I'll require, and like there's difference like in sessions for like people to people, like with different skin types or anything like that.
Okay.
And secondly, I want to know, is it safe?
Yeah, so if we talk about number of sessions required in cases of laser hair reduction, it varies with individual to individual and your body part also. So if I talk about normal, the person who does not have any hormonal changes happening in the body, we normally require 6 sessions in a gap of minimum of 4 weeks. Why 4 weeks? Because this much of time your hair cycle takes to regenerate your hair again after the first previous damage of the hair follicle which has been done. Just immediately after the session, approximately about 10 to 15 days later, you'll see some of the small hair are coming out. They're a shed of growth. They fall off on its own. After that, with the growth which comes in, that is your actual growth. We need to work on that. So this duration keep increasing after the shade of growth. Then the new hair comes. We increase this duration with each session. So initially, definitely the gap of between 2 sessions would be somewhere around 4 to 6 weeks. But by the end, you finishes your 6 sessions with us. This growth increases to almost a duration of 6 months or maybe more. Only in case of your face laser. That's the only part where results vary because that's the hormonal dependent area of the body when we talk about laser hair reduction specifically. Number of sessions required are more. The duration which we talk about in cases of body laser hair reduction, the results are pretty much better, pretty much acceptable. Because normally if you see, you go for upper lip almost every week or 10 days duration. While on the waxing, when we talk about on the body part, we go for once in a month or 20 days or 25 days gap. Mostly minimum of this gap is required. So definitely face required more number of sessions. A thorough analysis is required before we take anyone for the face laser. but minimum of 6 sessions are needed. So safety in cases of laser, this is the most commonly asked question. It is important to know your machine before you start with the laser hair reduction, and your examination or your place where you're getting your laser hair reduction done. It has to be done under the supervision of a board certified dermatologist, and your machine has to be US FDA approved. That's one thing we really need to know before we are asking or getting into the safety of a machine. Because if it's US FDA approved, it's absolutely safe to go for it. And the parameters, the calibration of machines, they need to be understood and need to be analyzed for anyone who's going through laser reduction. So getting it done through a dermatologist, and the machine has to be US FDA approved when we talk about the safety in cases of laser hair reduction.
Are there any side effects, doctor? Because I have heard somewhere like your skin will be like reddish, and your skin will get irritated. There'll be irritation or anything. So I want to know about it. Like, is it completely safe, or I have to take precautions?
Yeah, so if we talk about the side effect of laser hair reduction, as such, there is no major side effects related to it if your machine is safe or it's US FDA approved, is as I explained earlier. Minor side effects or minor thing which related to the mostly downtime, not side effect as per se, are slight redness you will feel post session for 1 hour or 2 hours. Your meats may feel a little bit of warmness over that particular area. So there is certain pre and post treatment care that we explain all our patients before they go for laser hair reduction. If you follow that, there'll be no downtime, there'll be no side effects related to the laser hair reduction. Downtime, only the redness and slight irritations if you're there. We'll be definitely advising you certain things, certain do's and don'ts. So it goes off as early as possible. But definitely one thing which is there, which is like avoiding the chronic sun exposure, means if you're planning any holiday or you are going for anywhere on the beach side where sun exposure is quite high, that time you need to be careful before planning your laser reduction in keeping a gap of 7 days somewhere. So whatever the downtime related to laser hair reduction, that mostly somewhere around 3 to 4 days, then you can very well go for anything that you want to do with your skin. So before she starts with your session, I'll explain the entire procedure in few steps. So the area which we're planning to do a laser today, she'll be applying one cleanser over that area to assist the during the raise off part of it. So there'll be application of cleanser. She'll be raising off area along with it. After cleansing the whole area which needs laser to be done, she'll apply some gel which works as a cooling part of it, or a better gliding of headpiece over this skin. So after application of gel, I'll be setting the calibration of machine, certain parameters that needs to be decided by the dermatologist. After I've examined your skin and your hair type, I have made your parameters. There'll be parameter changing with every session that we'll be getting it done. So after calibration of the parameters set up for yourself, she'll be starting with the session. During this session, you will feel slight heat, or maybe some areas you'll feel a little bit of prickling sensation, but that's pretty much tolerable. Once this area has been laced off in the grid patterns, she'll be cleaning the remaining gel, and application of sunscreen and moisturizer will happen. So that's all the steps will be for the laser hair reduction.